Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. My blissful gorgeous self, after the last rites of King Kansa, his two wives, Asti and Prapti, secretly disappeared from Mathura's palace and met their father in Girivraj, Rajgrih nowadays, the mighty King Jarasandha of Magad Empire. They complained against Krishna, adding much salt and spices. They convinced him he was infuriated and vowed at once, I will wipe out that city of Mathura. People will forget completely that there used to be that city called Mathura and there lived the Yadavas. Right away he sent messages to all his friends to come with the whole of your army to fight with Krishna. Our friendship will be terminated if any one of you failed or missed for any reason to come to me whatsoever. By the Atman, my dear friends, 23 Akshamani army gathered around Mathura city to destroy it. Great panic arose in the citizens. There was no preparation. The western gate of the city was under the attack of Shalya, Chekikan, Dantavakra, Balhik and others. Northern gate was surrounded by Rukmi, Vind and Anuvind, Vidurat and Bhurisrava and others. East gate was surrounded by Ekalavya, Shakuni, Jayadrat, Uttamoja, Sankriti and many others. Southern gate was surrounded by Shishupal, Dharat and Jarasandha himself. I want revenge. Revenge the murder of my son-in-law. Dear friends, grind up and down even the buildings and temples throughout the city. Let not a single person escape. Mass destruction is what I want to see. Angry King Jarasandha announced loudly. So be it, all wicked kings and soldiers shouted aloud. Lord Krishna took Balram on a secret watch on top story of Tower of Mathura, my dear friends, as there is Tower of London and as there are towers in every fort and majestic cities. There is Tower of Mathura, top high, you can see everything, all corners of what is going to happen in the city. So they saw the army is flood of devastation, ready to attack. Soon he glanced at the sky. Lo! Two illuminating, gorgeous, gold-plated chariots with all kinds of supersonic weapons landed near them. From eagle-flagged chariot, Daruk, and from Palmyra-flagged chariot, Sumati alighted and saluted them. My lord, we have dedicated to your service as expert drivers for the rest of our life with these chariots. They introduced themselves. Okay, thank you, said Sri Krishna, entering eagle-flagged chariot. Balram entered the next one. They drove out to the royal assembly. Ugrasen, King Ugrasen, and the army ran down. Sri Krishna said, we can accept only a few warriors, His Majesty, to guard us from the back and sides. Army is required inside the town to keep calm. Since it's a surprise attack and enemy size is enormous, only Suchi view phalanx is going to work at this time. King Jarasandha could not say a thing. He okayed. For him, everything was Krishna, whatever he says. Suddenly, the south door opened and two youthful warriors came out of the with the chariot. The door was closed. Both warriors blew their conches, blasting as lightning and thunderbolt. Enemy warriors' hearts sank. They lost control of their vehicles. Their weapons slipped off their hands. King Jarasandha was shocked and amazed. He understood. It's time to help army to have courage. This his chariot flew and stood before Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, you are a murderer of your uncle. On top you are just a kid. I feel ashamed to fight with you. Go away, you relative killer, and hide somewhere. Balram, if you feel confident in your power, come and fight with me. I am your death. Sri Krishna and Balram laughed aloud. It rang around throughout the battlefield. Warriors wondered what kind of music this is. Which tune? I mean, which raga ragini? But the music, that music spoke harshly. Oh, you haughty little king, braves never brag. Come try your manliness, your strength if you have any on us. Then your ego's stupidity will be little bit endurable. Jarasandha was blood red with wrath. He shouted aloud, surround these kids and kill them down. The armed warriors suddenly took over them. Their multitude of troops enveloped both brothers. Their chariots, flagged guards, all are enveloped, gone unseen. Then those ladies who were watching the war from towers and rooftops of Mathura city just fell into a swoon, my dear friends. सुपर्णतालध्वजचिह्नितौ रथावलक्षयन्त्यो हरिरामयोर्मृदे त्रियपुराट्टालकर्म्यगोपुरम् समाश्रिता सम्मुमुषु चर्दिता. As Lord Krishna saw his small force oppressed, he twanged his sharanga bow, taking arrows from his quiver, fixing them to the bow, pulling the string of the bow at full length up to his ear, and shooting volleys of them, striking down chariots, elephants, horses, and foot soldiers on all sides. Sri Krishna reeled as a revolving firebrand. Soon thousands and millions of soldiers started falling dead. Rivers of blood flowed. Two firebrand moved fastest in the army of Jarasandha. Phalanx got broken down. Wounded and cut elephants ran like gone mad, trampling in its own people, own soldiers, Jarasandha's soldier armies. Jarasandha had to order to kill his own well-trained elephants, my dear friends, showering death everywhere. The two brothers were as if flying around the city walls. Many kings fled away. Now came King Jarasandha. A fearful fight began. At last Balaram killed his chariots and horses. Even his all weapons and chariots were broken down in pieces. Right then Balaram jumped out of his chariot and ran, caught him by his hair, and started binding him. Now came Krishna fast. He held his hand and requested Balaram, brother, please let him go. Let us see what new turn his vanity and wickedness takes. And he smiled at Balramji. Balramji looked at his brother and said, okay, Krishna, if you say so, all right. But he is worth killing. Then he released Jarasandha and gave him a big jolty push. He fell down on the way. Both brothers and their guarding troops rejoiced, filled with immense happiness. They returned to the capital. Citizens ran down, great jubilation, great festival of victory, singing songs, playing music, showering flowers, conches, drums, clarinets, lutes, flutes, and resounded themselves on their own, my dear friend. Sukadevji Maharaj is so happy, he is describing Siktamargam Rishtajanam Padaka Viralankritam Nirgushtam Brahmagoshena Kautuka Baddhatoranam Nichiyamano Narivir Malyadadhyam Jadangurai Nirikimana Sneham Prityutkalitalohchanai. All roads were cleaned, sprinkled with rose, jasmine, night queen, and mixed waters with many flowers, and decorated with mandalas, flags, ornamental arches, and resonating with chants of the Vedas became the whole city. Bewitchingly beautiful ladies of Mathura pasted turmeric and rice mixed curd on forehead of Krishna and Balaram, and waved ghee flames around their faces, and showered fragrant flowers on them. Both brothers offered them gems and jewels and wealth and crowns of famous kings they won in the battlefield. Here came King Ugrasen, Vasudevji, and all royal family, everybody. They embraced both brothers and blessed. In turn, they offered them enormous wealth brought from the battlefield, my dear friend. After the disappearance of Lord Rama of Ayodhya, the capital shifted to a new city, Kaushambi, founded by his son King Kusha. In the last legs of Copper Age, King Kausha Ravi was ruling there. A powerful chief of the primitive Kola, a friend of Kansa, attacked the state and won it. The wicked chief settled down there while the original king lived in the forest doing his worship and meditation tapas. King Akola's favorite entertainments were to set fire in huge crowd and watch how people suffered. Order an armed force to do a violent surprise attack on innocent crowd and enjoy how they panic and scream and cry for help. He laughed loud for long. He would always do that. And there was no limit to his cruel adventures, my dear friends. A group of citizens journeyed to Mathura, and on their way in the forest outside Mathura city, they saw Balramji with a small troop. He was in a hunting expedition, as it had made it necessary part of his new amusements to stay alert of Jarasandha'S future attacks. They offered him their salutations and offered gifts. "What service can I do for you?" Balramji asked. "A Kansa friend, aborigine chief, has robbed away the state of our king. He lives in the forest now. We are suffering under the rule of this cruel chief. He is a Satan, he is a devil. As long as this man is alive, as long as this devil is alive, please do not consider that Kansa is dead and we are happy. He has 10,000 soldiers, as Balramji is. Recently he has developed a new habit, always being in a hurry and moody. He looked at his attendants and said, 'Tell Mom and tell Krishna that I will be late for the dinner.' Balramji sent a message to the city and sped fast with the citizens. Kolas had blow guns and poisonous arrows. With a single shot of a spear, they killed a lion. They trapped horses from from tree tops. Okay, and they ran on tree tops as monkeys. They would hide in bushes like tortoises. They were great, but never saw supersonic weapons. When they saw Balramji using it, they escaped. King Akola came riding on his elephant, and Balramji's plow fell on his head. Elephant fell down dead. The chief jumped off. As he jumped, as he was standing, there fell a heavy dash of Balramji's mace on his head. He vanished and began Maya Yudh. Balramji was in no mood. His weapon flashed and Maya vanished. As he was spotted, there went Balramji. He lifted him by his hands and dashed him hard on the ground. He was dead. He brought King Kaushar away from the forest and recoronated him with his own hands. Great festivals went on. Then he journeyed to Varaha Kshetra, 32 kilometers away from there, my dear friends. He took a dip and returned to Mathura by night. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.